Alright, I'm here at Carlson Oxbow Park. I'm using a Sony a7ii, and I also have the SYNCO mic, which is the very cheap in price but great microphone, and the lens is a TT Artisan tilt 50mm f1.4 manual focus. So I want to see what kind of footage I can get out of here. And I'm also using the DJI RONIN RS3, I believe it is, gimbal stabilizer. It's February 12th, Wednesday. Beautiful snowy day. Waiting for snow. We finally got it. So it's going to be tricky filming with this manual lens on the gimbal, because I am going to have to manually focus. The little lake is covered in snow. Looks really nice. This is a really unique park here. This boardwalk, it's got a good distance to it. So one thing I love coming out here is this boardwalk. Really unique. There's several beautiful birds that come and migrate through here. I need to learn my birds. They're very nice. I have some friends that are bird photographers, and they know all the names of the birds and the different species, and they have these amazing photos of these beautiful birds. I learned that some of the birds that come through here, they come from South America and go to Canada, but when they travel through here, some of the guys been waiting years to capture those birds, and they don't get them because the birds will stay for a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken, and there's not so many of them, so they're really hard to find. And when you're able to capture one, it's a big deal. Well, take a photo of one. I do have the Sony a7 III, which got the good weather sealing. I need to start using it. I don't use it as often because it was so darn expensive that I'm scared, and I love it so much, and I'm afraid for it to get damaged. But I'm more likely to get damaged the a7 II because it doesn't have the weather sealing. But as you can see, there's just a light snow, nothing heavy. Well, this is a really nice trail. You got this nice long boardwalk that goes through these woods, and then it continues on through the lake. So as you're walking that trail going through the lake, on both sides of you have the lake, which is really unique. You don't find that too many places. Especially, it's, for the most part, it's probably 9 foot wide, It's probably a good maybe a quarter mile long, but given the terrain being rough on the trail, a little rough, you don't get through there so quickly. So it's a really nice walk. I'm not going to go all the way down through that trail. I'm just going to come through this boardwalk into the actual park and then get turned around over there. I also own the Canon EOS RP. I absolutely love that camera. I used to have the Canon EOS R, and at the time I owned the R, I also owned the RP, but I found myself picking up the RP much more than the R. So after about a year, I ended up getting rid of the EOS R. If I had to choose, absolutely had to, I would probably say between the Sony a7 II and the RP, I would say the Sony I like the most. And that's a hard decision to make, and I couldn't have said that 3 or 4 years ago, because I just love them both so much. I think the thing is with the RP, the lenses are so expensive. I only have the 16 millimeter, the 50, and the 35. I do want to get the 85 millimeter f2 macro. That's on my list next. I am just so darn glad that there's so many companies making these beautiful cinema lenses for all of our cameras. I did have a camcorder. I purchased the Canon XA11, and I absolutely love that camera, that camcorder. I loved it. But I just, it has a specific task, of course, and that's just video, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use it as much or what, but I ended up getting rid of it because I didn't use it much, because I love to do video and photography. So I want to change these settings right now, and the focal right here. Let's see here. There, got a little bit more distance. So this tilt shift lens adds an amazing, unique effect. And you know what? Let's see if I'm going to add this tilt right now as I'm recording. So I am going to tilt the lens upward halfway. It's not at full tilt. It's mostly tilted upward. I got 2 more notches. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on the 3rd notch from the top, and it added that blur effect. And that just looks so cinematic. Let's get a shot of this bench here. Yeah, I love that shot. So to my right, I have a body of water, and to the left, another huge body of water. Well, big body of water. And then the trail goes down there. Then it would go all the way around, and then way out there, let's see if I can focus in, there's a bridge, goes around over that bridge, which is really nice, and then you'll continue on around the water, all the way around the lake, and then it goes to like a bike trail slash running walking trail, and then it comes back north towards me. I'm actually walking south, but yeah, straight ahead, which would be south, probably 400 yards ahead is the a river, a nice big river, not deep at all. I believe it's the Calumet River, I'm not too sure, but it goes through Illinois and all the way through Indiana, and at the right time you can catch all kind of fish in there: salmon, bass, trout. One of my friends took me to a part of the river, and we were catching some salmon left from right using yarn, a fluorescent colored yarn. That was my first time ever fishing with yarn. I was blown away because the fish were going crazy for the yarn. Back to this Oxbow Park, this area right here to my right. There's just like always deer in this area, and in the summer it gets very, very thick, so thick you wouldn't want to walk in there or you'd be getting scratched up. And unfortunately this place is really close to the expressway 8094, so you hear that traffic. But the last time I did a microphone check, I was very surprised because I used a different microphone, a cheap microphone that I purchased for 30 bucks, and it picked up my voice very well, and it eliminated the traffic noise, which I was very surprised. I thought you would definitely hear that, but no, you didn't. I mean, that was a really good surprise. The Sony a7ii, I hear a lot of people complain about the battery, almost everybody, and I knew that when I brought it. I didn't mind. But I've had good luck. I got this battery that came with the camera. I've had it already probably at least 6 years. It still does great. Like, I started out at 100%, and right now it's at 80%. I mean, it lasts pretty good. And I purchased some off-name brand batteries, which not too comfortable using, but I brought those just in case I'd be in a crunch. And then I found some brand new original Sony batteries, and it was 60 bucks for two. I ordered those, and I'm not sure if the one that's in the camera is one of those, because they also have a good life expectancy on them. Yeah, I was very pleased. And I do have my LCD screen on my camera turned up pretty high. So I'm really surprised at that. And the lens with the autofocus, of course, that takes juice from the camera, but I can't tell the difference from using the manual lens and the lens with the autofocus, if it wastes the battery any faster. I'm sure it does, but I'm very pleased with the life of the battery. I took this lens off for video. I've had this lens here, the TT Artisan tilt. I've had it probably for a week, and took it about out almost every day for photos and some video. And yes, these my Sony batteries held up pretty good. Pretty darn good. One thing I like about this, the DJI mini gimbal stabilizer RS3, is like I have it resting on my chest or mid chest. So all I'm doing is with one hand is just holding it upright and pretty much letting my belly slash chest do most of the work and holding it. Okay, that concludes our little walk through Oxbow Park. Hope you liked it.